Well, hey, good Tuesday evening to you. How the heck is everybody? It's good to see you. It's good to be seen by you. I hope you're well. I'm doing wonderful. My other light's not on, pardon me. There we go. That sheds a little light on it. And who am I to shed light on me? Why, I am Bill Sylvie, a.k.a. the Dungeon Delver. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you're all well this wonderful evening, because I'm doing all right. I can't complain. I mean, I could, but who'd listen, right? So anyway, we had a good Monday night stream last night. We had Tracy Lesh on. We talked some AD&D. We actually dug in and got our hands dirty talking about Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and that was a lot of fun. And what else did we do, guys? I'm trying to think. No, I think that was it. We caught up on what Tracy and I had done at QuestCon or whatever. I keep wanting to say Conquest. Greetings, Volcano God. Good to see you. I hope you're settling in well up there. And that everything is going okay with you. But anyway, and if you're one of our new subscribers, thank you for stopping by and watching the show. Thank you for clicking that subscribe button, and hopefully you click that bell icon for notifications. And if you're just watching this and you're undecided, and guarantee it'll be worth your time, do that thing. Subscribe, bell icon for notifications, right? Right. Oh, one of my studio lights just flickered. I hope it's okay. But anyway, hello, call staff. Good to see you. Ian, greetings. White Wolf, hello. Vinny, always a pleasure. What else do we got out there? Todd, hello. That is going to bug me. Which light is that? It's one of my studio lights is over there blinking. I may have to jump up and adjust that. Is that this one? I'm not sure, because it does it when I'm looking down. I'll figure out which one it is shortly. I know which one it is. Hang on a second, guys. I got to fix that. I got to fix it. Probably need some contact cleaner or something on the pot that adjusts the light, but that's okay. No brownouts here. Anyway, how are you? All right, so we were talking last night. We talked about magic item creation. Now, if you're just stopping by and you saw, hey, they're actually going to play some D&D. We are soon. But, you know, we like to have a little, you got to have some vegetables with your steak, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about magic item creation, specifically as it pertains to potions and scrolls tonight. So let's roll up our sleeves a little bit and let's get right into it. Move this over here. Now, if you remember yesterday, it was a fairly convoluted process to create magic items in AD&D. It's a process that requires at the very least, a couple of weeks. Okay, we're talking about just what is it? 2 to 8 days plus 1 to 8 days, something crazy like that. And then there's multiple spells to be cast and so on. But your players may say, look, let's talk about something a little bit more practical. Let's talk about something a little bit more attainable than ethereal plate mail or, helm of telepathy or something like that. Let's let's talk about potions and scrolls. That is a little bit easier. So let us dip down into this. And once again, we're going to find ourselves on page 116 of the Dungeon Master's Guide. Share a screen, share a screen, share a screen, share a screen. Screen shared. So over on page 116, we talked about the manufacture of magic items. And there was some good chatter. Some of you guys had some interesting insights on that. But there are things that are a little bit more practical that lower level players can create that can still be created by middle, I won't say low level players. So your first level characters are not going to be cranking out their own potions and so on. They might be able to hire an alchemist, but it ain't going to be easy. Can I discuss how clerics create items too? Well, we can circle back around to that. So let's talk about potions first. Now, the first thing we note about potions Todd, you're from Arkansas. Shouldn't that be locate shoes? Hey, Volcano God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super there, VG. We really appreciate that. That is greatly appreciated. Thank you. No message with it, but I do want to put it up on screen. I do want to let folks know. So thank you very much, Volcano God. They can be made by any magic user of 7th level or above. Wholly doable by a moderate level party. I mean, look at the classic run of AD&D modules. Therefore, 4th to 7th level. So this is something, a stock and trade, moderate high level. Oh, okay, I see. Well, there we go. To create every magic item in AD&D requires a druid to cast locate plants on the object. Don't be misled. VG and I have a running joke about the efficacy and utility of locate plants and its lack thereof. But anyway, as long as you enlist the aid of an alchemist at 11th level and above, such assistance is no longer mandatory. But we're talking about your college league. We're talking about your minor. Did I already have it in my collection? Well, I want to see the one they've got, passerby. I want to see the one they've got. I've got a pastel D1 and I've got a pastel D2, but we'll come back to it. I'll reach out to Todd. Don't worry. So if we look under alchemists as expert hirelings, let's see. Oh, not in that window. In this window. And alchemist is in the Dungeon Master's Guide. Quite a lot. Quite a lot. So let's skip over to page 29 and take a look at the alchemist, because this is actually a subject of discussion for our Monday night group, if you guys remember. Well, first of all, an alchemist is an expert hireling. And description of occupations and professions, alchemist. This profession handles the compounding of magical substances, and the advantages of employing an alchemist are detailed under the section Fabrication of Magic Items, Potions. They'll only be found in cities unless you specifically, that's you referring to the Dungeon Master, put one in your campaign that is not in a city. An offer of 10 to 100 gold pieces, bonus money, plus a well-stocked laboratory, plus the assurance of not less than a full year of employment to attract one to service. So they're not going to do this on a one-time offer. And then when we look at what they charge per month, oops, I think we blew past where we were looking there. Sages, okay. Troop types, scrolling up a little. Alchemist, 300 gold pieces a month. You got to be out there beating the bushes. You've got to be out there winning treasure every day to keep your alchemist employed. So let us head back over. Fabrications of magic items. All right. I'll just skip on ahead there. All right. It's not terribly easy. But before we launch into the specific detailed mechanics here, holy water manufacture requires a special font of a certain gold piece value. It has to be it has to be blessed by a high level cleric. The water has to be blessed by a high level cleric. And the crystal vials that you put it in have to cost a certain amount and also be blessed. Now, here's the thing. I've seen folks, there's a novel made of Queen of the Demon Web Pits where the good guys kill Loth because they have a portable hole that's full of holy water that they dump on her. That's not how holy water works. Holy water's got to stay in a blessed crystal vessel, not dumped out into a plastic bag. Yeah, they do kind of tend to be gold breakers, but it's not terribly difficult to make holy water. It's something I think that lower level clerics can make. But to potions, you've got to have a proper laboratory, and your initial outlay is between 200 and 1,000 gold pieces. So it's basically well, I guess that would be 2d5. No, it'd be a d6 plus a d4, I think, 1,000 gold pieces. The dungeon minister can send some. Well, I mean, obviously you're high enough level to do that. But then, of course, it notes the DM can certainly require greater expenditure if the campaign has inflation and or shortages. In addition, upkeep of the laboratory requires a further monthly outlay of 10% of the total cost of the place, exclusive of any special provisions or protections, in order to stock basic fuel and supplies, replace broken experiment, and so on when the laboratory is in use. And it's always in use. If the player character has an alchemist, they're conducting experiments, blowing the place up. You know, they're going full on Walter White. But let us continue. In order to avoid the length and complication of separate formula for each type of potion, the following simple system is given. So, both the cost in gold pieces and the days compounding and infusing are determined by use of the experience points award, as shown on the list of magic items. If no experience points are shown, then the potion has a 200 gold piece base cost for time and determination. Base for cost and time determination, sorry. The point award for a given potion is also the amount of gold pieces the magic user must pay in order to concoct the basic formula. Rare herbs and spices, there's your locate plants. And even more exotic ingredients. The number of days required to brew the potion is the same figure, each 100 or fraction thereof indicating 1 full day. 250 XP equals 250 gold piece basic cost and 3 full days of time. As there, I'll come back to that, Damien. Now, as far as potion ingredients goes, and yes, only assassins of 9th level or higher can concoct potions of poison or any other sort of poison. And there's a whole section in the Dungeon Master's Guide on herbs and everything else that can be used to conduct that. Don't do that in real life. Don't feed your hamster nightshade to see if it'll croak. It will. But there's these suggested ingredients. I think some of these are a little bit steep. I mean, animal control makes sense. Organ or gland from representative type or types to be controlled. Sure. Clairaudience, human or simian thalamus gland or ear from an animal with keen hearing. Clairvoyance, same. Climbing, giant insect legs, that's not too bad. Delusion, doppelganger flesh, or Rakshasa Ichor. You're not going to be making potions of delusion. No, that is not from experienced dungeon minister, rest assured. Diminution, powdered kobold horn, and were-rat blood. I love that one. Dragon control, brain of the appropriate dragon type. I want to make a potion of red dragon control. Good luck. Good luck with that. ESP, mind flayer brain. Again, good luck. Extra healing is actually not outside the ken of even a moderately powerful low-level party. Troll blood or hair of a saint. The former, I assure you, not the latter. Fire resistant, fire elemental phlogiston or salamander scales. Flying hippogriff feathers and wyvern blood. Now, these are all just suggestions. You may come back with something completely different. But I think this is a good baseline to say that your characters are not going to be creating the the movie theater Coke machine where you can mix all this stuff up and just hit buttons and be like, oh, we need 5 potions of extra healing. There we go. I mean, just a healing potion, ogre magi blood, or thread of a saint's garment. And the blank of a saint is only possible if a cleric compounds the potion. So as you can see, the mechanical process is fairly easy. It's getting your hands on the ingredients, and you can spin off a whole entire adventure just with your party. Is like, okay, we know we got to go up against the dragon. We're gonna need fire resistance. We're gonna need lots of fire resistance. Send it, we'll go in and we'll try and find fire elemental phlogiston or salamander scales or what have you. And then there's some more esoteric stuff. Filter of love, dryad's hair, filter of persuasiveness, harpy's tongues or devil tongue, and so on and etc. Not super easy stuff to lay your hands on. And then 2 potions of what? Yeah, potion miscibility. I think probably we can talk about that a little bit. So it's not just hiring the alchemist. It's not just building the lab. It's getting stuff like this together. But I definitely think you could have a lot of fun. And look, you may want to use this ingredients list, but these things are not necessarily like, you don't have to find a dryad and get a lock of her hair. Maybe there's another alchemist many, many, many hundreds of leagues away who's known to keep exotic items like that. Or it's rumored to be stored in a dungeon somewhere. So you can send a lowish level party after these things. You don't necessarily have to send a 7th level party into traffic with a purple worm. This is why high level magic users have dungeons under their tower. There you go. One does not simply acquire potion ingredients. But yeah, Ian, I mean, that's the exact answer. You make an adventure out of getting some of these things. And these are just suggestions. I mean, water breathing, water naga blood, or nixie organs. I mean, you may elect to make it something different. But these are just good suggestions. And I would take it as given that, like, if you're talking about dragon control, yeah, something of the dragon of the appropriate type. A brain, a heart, a liver. What alchemist doesn't already have a lab? The notorious double dippers. Well, some alchemists are just down on their luck. Walter White had to steal all of his goodies, didn't he? And he just made potions of speed. So scrolls are a different matter altogether. So we check out scrolls. They're exceptional in that they are simply storage space for spells of one sort or another. Clerics, druid, magic users, and illusionists inscribe scrolls with spells applicable to their particular profession. Protection spells are scribed by either magic users or clerics, the determination being as follows. Clerical are from devils, possession, or undead. Magic user protection from demons, elementals, lycanthropes, magic, and petrification. Potions of speed, are they blue? They could be. So 7th level or higher can scribe scrolls. And the spells placed upon the scroll must be of a level which the inscribing character is able to employ. A 9th level magic user could not place a 7th level spell on a scroll. Can only, just like with holy water, magic items of, durable magic items, or potions, you have to have special materials. Unblemished papyrus, parchment, or vellum, the latter being the most desirable. Any mistake will doom the effort to failure. A fresh virgin quill must be used for each spell transcribed. The quill must be from a creature of stranger magical nature. Again, we go back into making this more than just mundane. And that is what's awesome about it. Scrolls are written at 7th level. Are written at the 6th level. Well, what you find on the ground versus what you can make yourself, very different things. And depending on what you're writing it on and how much you spend, there is, of course, a chance of failure as you're scribing the scroll. And depending on what you spend, that will impact the chance you fail or succeed. I always loved this, and I got to read this out. So Scroll Inc., making scrolls. And I love this part of the Dungeon Master's Guide. This is one of my favorite things, hands down. Ink is a very special requirement. Scroll spell ink, just as the ink for detailing spells in spell books, is compounded only by the inscriber from secret and strange ingredients. There's your Colonel's secret ingredients, whoever was talking about that. They're in scrolls are in magic formula. They're in magic words and formulas that are known to magic users. Let's see. Scroll spell ink, just as the ink for detailing spells and spell books, is compounded only by the inscriber from secret and strange ingredients. The basic medium should be sepia from a giant squid or ink from a giant octopus. To this liquid must be added blood, powdered gems, herbal and spice infusions, drops concocted from parts of monsters, and so on. Example of a formula for the ink required to scribe a protection from petrification scroll is shown below. 1 ounce, not a half an ounce, not 3/4, not 1.5, 1 ounce giant squid sepia, a basilisk eye, 3 cockatrice feathers, a scruple of venom from a medusa's snakes, a large peridote powdered, a medium topaz powdered, 2 drams holy water, 6 pumpkin seeds. Exactly, Kalsef. Harvest the pumpkin in the dark of moon and dry the seeds over a slow fire of sandalwood and horse dung. Select 3 perfect ones and grind them into a coarse meal, husks and all. Boil the basilisk eye and cockatrice feathers for exactly 5 minutes in a saline solution. Drain and place in a jar. Add the Medusa snake venom and gem powders. Allow to stand for 24 hours, stirring occasionally. Pour off liquid into a bottle. Add sepia and holy water, mixing contents with a silver rod. Stirring widdershins makes ink sufficient for 1 scroll. And then, of course, Gary lets us know other ink formulas will be devised similarly according to the dictates of the DM. Ingredients should suit the overall purpose of the ink. It is recommended that each different spell to be transcribed require a different ink compound. Clerical spells requiring more venerated and holy materials, druid spells being basically rare roots and herbs in infusions, and so on. And again, locate plants. That's spells coming home to roost. Garments wrapping dust, sweat, tears, fangs, organs, blood, and so forth are all ideal components. So it's not just, oh, I'm just going to spend some XP. That is so annoyingly I'm sorry, look. I'm just going to set this aside. And I hope this doesn't irk anybody, and I hope this doesn't become the caraway seed under anyone's bridge work here. But I just got to say, this is baroque, and it is strange, and it is highly detailed and textured. And personally, I think the roleplay opportunities to acquire any of this stuff are so magnificent. And the absolutely cold, and yes, I'm going to go back to something I said once upon a time, video game-like aspect of, I just spend 3,000 XP and a scroll happens. Gosh, I could never. If somebody said, look, no. I want you to run a medium term over a few months, 3rd edition game here, great DM, you've got great verb. I would say, look, here's the thing. We're using AD&D's magic item creation. I'm not letting you guys just like putting quarters in to hear your favorite song, spending XP. This is fun, okay? It's the difference between going to the Grand Canyon and spending a few hours paying Shutterstock for photos of the Grand Canyon that you can show to your friends. So that's me. That's where I am. And I feel that the way that AD&D does handle the manufacture of scrolls and the manufacturers of potions and the manufacturers of other magic items is superior. It's absolutely superior. Because it is flavorful, because it literally adds stuff to the game. I mean, look at the role play options. If a party member was heartbroken and wanted to create a filter of love, and you're just sticking to Dryad's hair. I mean, all the role play options, if that's where you want to go with your campaign, as opposed to insert coin, pull lever, gain XP, click the check boxes for your next couple of feats and move on. This is flavorful. This is amazing stuff. And I love it. So there, that's my rant about all this stuff. Now, we were talking about failure and the expenditure of good money. There's a basic 20% chance that a mistake, smudge, or flaw in the scroll will make the spell useless. The chance that you'll fail is lowered if you're using vellum of 8 gold pieces and up. It's minus 5% chance that you'll fail. And to this base chance is added 1% per level of the spell being inscribed. So the total failure is from 21 to 29, minus the level of the character attempting to write the spell. Thus, if a 14th level cleric, and note, it is clerics. Clerics can make their own scrolls, is attempting to write a 7th level spell on a parchment scroll, the failure chance is 20% plus 7 minus 14, a 13% chance. After the requisite materials and preparations have been taken care of, the player character must spend the full time necessary to inscribe the scroll. Thereafter, a percentile dice roll greater than the percentage chance of failure equals success. Well, did our cleric succeed? We just happen to have percentile dice here. Let's see. This one's for you, Dungeon Minister. Ooh, it was close. I rolled a 15. We only needed a 13. So yeah, a slightly shaky hand, but we have successfully scribed a 7th level spell. If multiple spells are being scribed, a failure of 1 means that no further spells may be placed upon the scroll. So if you're like, I want to put 4 sleep spells on this scroll, and you do 1, 2, 3 are successful, or 1 and 2 are successful, and then you fail on the 3rd one, you can only fit 2 on there. You got a big blot of ink or something there. Now, fabrication of other magic items. All the other various magic items will require the use of a magic spell, enchant an item, save clerical items. So clerics or druids making an item which is applicable to their profession must spend a fortnight in retreat, meditating in complete isolation. Thereafter, he or she must spend a Sen night, that's 7 days, fasting. Finally, he or she must pray over and purify the item to become magical. This process takes but a day. So we're looking at 22 days. Of course, the item must be the finest quality, just as detailed in the enchant an item spell. Thereafter, the cleric or druid must place the item upon his or her altar and invoke the direct favor of his or her deity to instill a special power. There's a 1% chance per day cumulative that the item will then be empowered as desired, providing the cleric or druid has been absolutely exemplary in his or her faith and alignment requirements. Do they teach you that in seminary school? Todd, Dungeon Minister? I don't know. Furthermore, if the item is one with charges, the cleric or druid must then take it into seclusion and cast the requisite spells upon it, doing so within 24 hours of its being favored by the deity. In other cases, the item need only be sanctified to the appropriate deity in order to complete its manufacture. In all cases, the manufacture of any magic item other than a potion or scroll will be so debilitating as to necessitate the maker to rest for 1 day for each 100 gold piece of the item's experience point value, i.e., one with a 2,000 experience point value means 20 days of complete rest. During this period, the character can do nothing except eat, rest, and undertake mild exercise and sleep, all in relative isolation. No adventuring or spell use is possible during this period. So it is not only incumbent on the player to be prepared for the fabrication of the magic item, but for you, the dungeon master. This is where introducing a lower level character to the party. It's also kind of handy if you've got a player who can fabricate magic items, and they say, look, I've got some stuff coming up here. It's going to keep me away from the table. How about I'm in the city of Greyhawk trying to manufacture a mace of disruption? And as for illusionists, because we can't forget illusionists, right? Or even delusionists. Oh, they think their magic items are awesome. Though different spells are employed, the process of fabrication of magic items, which illusionists use, is not really very different from that used by magic users. It is almost exactly similar as regards cost in both time and money. Some processes are nearly identical, such as the making of scrolls, which may be done at the 7th level and up. At the 11th level, they may create one-shot or charged magic items, things without a permanent dwemer, such as potions or a wand of illusion, for example. Such items are really merely storehouses of magical energy, which can be released in various ways. Like any other spellcaster, the illusionist must fashion the item out of rare and expensive materials, but instead of using enchant an item to prepare it, the illusionist uses major creation to subtly alter its structure in a magical direction so it can receive and retain the necessary spells. And then they've got a 16-hour period after casting major creation. They instill the primary initial dwemers, and if his concentration is interrupted even once, the item instantly fades and forever disappears, like an illusion that has been dispelled. Beginning at 14th, they may attempt to make items with a truly permanent dwemer, such as a +1 dagger or ring of protection. This entails a similar process to the one described above. The crucial difference is that a major creation spell has been used to adjust the material object. An alter reality must be cast upon it to fix it permanently in place and make it able to contain a permanent magic. Thus, with a great expense in time, money, and preparation, major creation, alter reality, and true sight, an unflawed gem worth not less than 10,000, an illusionist might be able to create a gem of seeing. The basic thing to remember, if details are in question, is that illusionists are a subclass of magic users, and except for what has been outlined above, what applies to magic users applies to illusions as well. And no, you can't kidnap a magic user, druid, cleric, or illusionist and make them make magic items. It won't work. Says so right there. And non-standard stuff, there are two considerations. Your invention and inclusion of them in your campaign, and this is expected and encouraged. You should put your imagination and inventiveness to work. Standard items can be varied so as to make it more interesting when your players are familiar with the usual forms. New devices can be created to add freshness and new dimensions to the game. Special magic items can be devised to complement some special situation or serve as special reward for overcoming some special monster. And Gary here just cautions you to be careful about that. I think this is less players creating magic items and more you adding your own magic items. I think it is DM's counsel. I think this is all very fantastic. Does alter reality age you or make you lose con? But that's a fine question. Let's have a look. But before I do that, somebody up thread had been asking me, and it may have even been Mafit, had been asking about whether or not you could create animated armor suits. A magic user that can create golems, can they create animated armor suits? Since there's nothing specific in the Dungeon Master's Guide about doing that, I would say almost that it would fall under the same purview as the creation of an iron golem. That there might be a subchapter in a book of golems. Otherwise, I would treat it as the same, maybe deleting the cloud kill that iron golems can cast. Greetings, Unicycle Peon. Animated suits from bed knobs and broomsticks. I mean, you could almost... And if you're looking for an animated suit, I mean... Let's see. Let's open Ye Old Player's Handbook. Where is it? All right. First of all, alter reality. The question was about alter reality. Let's see. There's two places we can check that. That's a 5th level illusionist spell. Wait. Yeah, it's a 7th level illusionist spell. And it was showing up under. It's similar to Limited Wish. So let's have a gander at Limited Wish. All right, so a Limited Wish is a potent but difficult spell. It will fulfill literally but only partially or for a limited duration the utterance of the spellcaster. Thus, the actuality, the past, present, or future might be altered, but possibly only for the magic user unless the wording of the Limited Wish is most carefully stated in some limited manner. The use of a Limited Wish will not substantially change major realities, nor will it bring wealth or experience merely by asking. It can restore some hit points or all hit points for a limited duration lost by the magic user. Reduce opponent hit probabilities or damage. It can increase duration of some magical effect. It can cause a creature to be favorably disposed to the magic user, and so on. So it's not clearly Let's see. Dungeon Master's Guide. Is this... Oh, yeah, okay. We're way down deep in the weeds. Let's have a look here. Character age, diseasing, and death. Aging. Unnatural aging. Okay. Alter reality, 3 years. Limited wish, 1 year. A wish is 3 years. So there you have it. Thank you, Call Staff. So that's something else to take into consideration if you're like, hey, I'm going to break the economy of your campaign world by manufacturing a bunch of magic stuff. You'll be dead before you break the economy of a small village, you prat, is what I say in response to that. Yeah, I would think you could create the eyes of the overworld, and a limited wish would be what you would use on the cusps, the lenses. Which is, it's such a funny story, and it fits. It fits Jack Vance's very bleak and grimdark, dying Earth genre stories so well. It's just a pair of magical contact lenses that make everything you look at seem way more awesome. Like they're basically virtual reality contact lenses, or AR, or enhanced reality, or all contact lenses that make things look less awful. That's how bad the Earth is, and how close it is to just croaking. It would, a wig. I've just seen arguments that, and maybe in later editions when you can just say, I spend 1,000 experience points and I get a magic dagger out of the experience point magic item vending machine of 3rd edition and beyond. Maybe that does break campaign worlds, but I don't, Homie does not play that. 1st edition Homie does not play that. I mean, that goes right down there in the bottom of the bin with a peasant railgun. But anyway, I hope that exploration of the creation of magic items, and I know Jack Photon, if he's not in the audience, is going to be like, I missed it again. So if the players want to attempt to break the economy with their magic item, tell them to find a 3.5 everyone group airships powered by bound fire elementals. Yeah. Well, speaking of magic creation, yeah, I would agree with you, Corian. A lot of you guys have spent some coin to create a little magic around here, and I want to thank you all very much, and I want to take a moment to thank those who have contributed, and say big thanks to Joshua Garlock, Lord Corian, Ricky Maru, Mobius, Kevin Reynolds, Doomsword Deathmaster, Mark Simpson, Damien247, James F. Keck, William Smith, The Dungeon Minister, Manny Wall, Mark Corey, Kevin Wood, Todd Sharp, Carnivore Farmer, Rob Dashulus, Jeremy Rule, Bo Ganora, Mikey Mank, Sky Hernstrom, and Pete Sullivan. Thank you guys so much for contributing to the ongoing well-being of the Delver's Dungeon, and I hope you guys certainly all do enjoy it. So we're going to switch over here in a few minutes to some actual play of first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. It's going to be nice to get back to that. We've got a good group here, and if you haven't seen, if you haven't watched us, well, this is this is actual first edition AD&D being played. Ladies and gentlemen, these characters can die. I hope the players don't. But these characters can croak. There are no scripts here. There are no prearranged, preordained events. You're going to see actual first edition. Oh, DM's Council, thank you so much. Thank you to our new Patreon, DM's Council. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. The lie detector on that player comment. Tell them good luck not getting assassinated by the Grey Houses. Yeah. I'm going to break the economy of Greyhawk by creating +1 daggers. Mordenkainen shows up. You're going to spend 500 years contemplating the silliness of your statement inside this lovely prison of Zagig. Clamp. So sorry about this. Bye. Poof. So, yes. Well, that is very awesome. You saw me at QuestCon the other day. Were you just bopping around and just like, there's that guy who's on YouTube, or did you stop by and say hello? I'm terrible with names. Not that I have any excuse. There were 5 people who came to my panel. But if you're somebody who stopped by and said hello, hi, and thank you again. I do appreciate it. So we got a few more minutes to go. But it has been a little bit. It has been a minute or two since we've played some AD&D. The missus, who, by the way, I should point out, is feeling a lot better. I get there's like a venting hole in the door that leads out into the outer part of the house. You know, it's a return vent for air conditioning, basically, is what it is. Oh, okay, yeah, DM's Council. All right, I'm terrible with names, so I'm just going to call you DM's Council. Unless you want to dox yourself to the rest of the stream. But anyway, oh yes, the missus. I've been able to see her through the return vent, moving back and forth in the kitchen out there. So she is doing a lot better. And I'm if she was not, we wouldn't be here. I would have done a short video or community post on the Discord. Yes, we have a Discord. And I would have said, hey, it's not going to happen, guys. But it is going to happen. And if you're interested in coming and hanging out on the Discord and just generally making a fool of yourself with the rest of us, let's do this. Copy and show me that you're copied. Thank you. So you can come and hang out on the Discord. Just follow that link. But yeah, if anything had come up, if anything comes up, and if you're like, it's 7:30, doesn't he usually start a stream? You can check on the Discord, or I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter at @A_Dungeon Delver. Look, I'm going to tell you something right now. I don't do anything on Twitter except talk about D&D and the live stream show. That's it. Don't at me in your discussions about politics or food or fishing tackle or any other things that starts with F. But if you want to follow me on Twitter for updates on what's going on in the show, then please feel free to. Let's see. Well, thank you, Todd. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We all appreciate it. But yeah, so just in the few minutes we've got left here, we've got like 5 minutes before the game starts, which is part of the show, but it's not a show. Again, we're not scripted. We're not you know, I didn't hand them their lines or anything. So what you're going to see is actual unfiltered first edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons. And speaking of unfiltered tabletop gaming, tomorrow night is another return to flight because we're going to be playing some classic Traveler. That's right. My awesome, wonderful co-host and friend, Kyle Schuant, is going to be refereeing Traveler. I and Todd will be dealing with space pirates and criminals and cutthroats and other fun stuff. So you can come and watch that. I believe we've got some openings. So if you join the Discord, if you're like, I would like to try some of that classic Traveler stuff out, and I'm not afraid to do it in an online setting, hit us up on the Discord. There's room. There's plenty of seats. So that's tomorrow night. Thursday night, we'll see. I've got a couple of things maybe planned for Thursday night, but we'll have to see how things pan out. And Friday night, we'll have show content. We'll do stuff like this, but we will also have some classic first edition Let's Play Gamma World. That's right. 3 nights a week. 3 nights a week. It's like football season, but for nerdy stuff where you get Monday Night Football and Thursday Night Football and football college on Saturday and pro on Sunday. Well, here you get Traveler, you get Gamma World, you get first edition AD&D. And I think that's a pretty good deal. And there are no off seasons, guys. We're here every week, more or less, barring a major surgery. So that's all coming up this week. And then next week, we start it all over again. Silliness on Monday, awesomeness on Tuesday, awesomeness on Wednesday, silliness on Thursday, awesomeness on Friday. And we just roll on like that. And speaking of rolling on, I do want to point out, because we are now at 1,290 subs on the YouTube channel. And I'm very happy about that. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see. How is it here? I said 12. Did I say 1290? I misspoke. I seriously misspoke, but I'm pulling the metrics up here. 1280. We are at 1280. So thank you everyone who has subscribed. I have to look at analytics. I think that's a big jump. That is a seriously big jump. Yeah, it's not a huge jump, but we're at 1280. So we're 20 out from 1300, and that's going to be awesome. I don't know why. I just decided right then, right there, that it's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. My players are getting restless in the background. Mark is over there. He's doing this. So I'm gonna. I think we're gonna finish the preamble ramble, and I'm going to go ahead and don my studio cans. These are just nice headphones. They're AKG. I would call these low-end prosumer. But they had a picture of a pretty girl playing acoustic guitar in front of her Macintosh wearing these, so I can only presume that they're studio headphones. And let us welcome in our players. TK as Honorary Dwarf, Sir Outlier. Is there any other kind of dwarf? I don't think there is.
Never.
Mark as Abner the Foppish Magic User, but we love him just the same. We have Lord Corion as Lynx the Fighter.
Hail.
And Doomsword Deathmaster playing Turgo the Thief. Is that a green screen of a city skyline behind you, or is that just stacks of books? I approve either way.
Yeah, I think it's stacks of books and a green screen. Yeah, let's adjust that a little. I finally cleaned up the office a bit.
Excellent. Cleaning up one's office is always awesome. It's a blue screen. You can do some 70s and 80s Lucasfilm work back there. That ought to be pretty cool. A couple of snow speeders come in, and then the explosive squibs go off. How many of us of this age had the phrase explosive squibs enter our vocabulary thanks to the Star Wars and the making of Star Wars TV specials that we watched with rapt attention in the 70s and 80s? I know I did.
It was that, or it came from somebody explaining a Leslie Nielsen film.
Okay, all right. That's no moon. It's a space station. Okay, so speaking of space stations, and we weren't, you have left the dungeons of Castle Greyhawk. You are laden with treasure, but also with injuries, and you've returned to the Longhouse. Adventurers, what do you wish to do?
Well, I believe we're going to spend 5 days resting because I already took out those rations. But
Okay.
I don't know if we had decided if we're going back to Greyhawk or to Castle Greyhawk.
There's no point going back to Greyhawk because we still don't have enough cash. So,
Okay, yeah. I'm fine with going back in then.
and we still have the map that map that Turgo did when he was busy being a will-o-wisp.
Yep. Yeah, we haven't got rid of the hobgoblins yet, and Turgo had reconnoitered a lot. So,
Turgo, would your character have shared your findings over this period?
Yeah, I'm sure. In fact, yeah, without a doubt. And we poisoned the food.
Yeah, and I think we figured out that they don't have any more treasure. So I have a note here that we're not going back to the hobgoblins.
oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, my dwarf would recommend two things if you're going to listen to his 2 cents, which, of course, you don't have to. One, that we go back and murder the hobgoblins anyway, but only for 2 reasons. One, because they're all scum and they deserve to die because, well, he hates anything that is a goblinoid. And 2, and kind of by far more importantly, if they have a leader and a shaman with them, there is a chance of magic items. And a +1 axe or a scroll or even a potion or 2 could go a long way.
Or a sword.
Yeah.
Okay. You're the magic guy. What do you weigh in on here, Abner?
I don't have so much hatred for hobgoblins per se, but I don't think they like us much, and so I'd rather not have them behind us. So if we're going to go back down in the cistern, we probably want to clean it up.
Okay, solid point.
To put it politely.
Okay, we can get in there, do a quick rush in like last time. We know there's going to be traps. They're going to fortify that up.
Yeah.
So,
watch out for ropes with torches, and there's a couple good choke points that they work on.
we don't have anything else potion-wise, do we?
We have those healing potions that are still in the cart.
Yeah, that's a bad place for them.
Well, they were in the cart because nobody had them on their sheet. So I'm going to amend that, and I'm taking one of the suckers that are left.
Okay. I will claim the other because I'm also in the front line.
There's only 2 of them?
I
drank the
believe
other
so.
one.
Yeah, good.
By the way, do we want me still packing Prot E, or do you want me using Bless? I still like Prot E because it means we get hit less, or at least one person gets hit less.
And for our audience, he's talking about protection from evil.
What else would that stand for? Protection from asparagus?
Well, we might have some folks who don't use that particular shorthand. Hey, remember, we're not just entertainment. We're education also.
And asparagus starts with A.
Also educational. Thank you, Turgo.
Protection from education is what it really stands for.
Oh,
The
God.
digital version that came out during the .com boom was
Asparagus?
Asparagus, but
Yeah.
they had an IPO of 158 million and then vanished without a trace in 1999. So,
Cute sock puppet mascot, though.
yes.
All right, so yeah, let's take the healing potions, but I think we should just send Turgo down and quietly get to the door, scout if anything's there, and then we just rush in as fast as possible.
Yeah, agreed.
Unless
Abner
anybody
wants to
with a
look at
better
his map.
plan other than kill them all.
Other than get them?
Yeah.
That's your plan?
Get them.
Forward.
I have a great
Stop
sword.
dying, you cowards.
Yeah, I have a
Go
great
get her,
sword,
Ray.
heavy armor, and a thick skull. Like, that's all I ever do.
So, looking at our map, we go down the corridor with the hobgoblins. We had traps there before, so I'll have to be careful. But then it does a rather annoying chicane. That's a good place for them to trap us. So we have to keep that in mind.
We got the manpower at least, so
Yeah.
we can do some.
Can I recommend a crazy idea?
No.
Okay.
I'm always interested in a dwarf's crazy idea. What is it?
We put Turgo in a wheelbarrow, wrap him in a cloak soaked in oil, and set him on fire and roll him down the hallway.
This helps us how?
He's killed enough of them by himself that I think a flaming image of his ghost coming to murder them would suitably make them run away.
Does he have to speak with Andre the Giant voice while he's doing it?
Thank you. Thank you. You got it. You got it.
Can
The
we
hell,
just
I'll do it.
go before
Yeah, we're
so
already
we're getting any more ideas? Let's get into it.
It wouldn't
It's
be
a
the
great
most
plan.
ridiculous thing I've ever seen players do. I'll tell you that for free.
It's a great plan.
I mean,
It is a
hypothetically,
plan.
I could roll exceptionally low on the 2d6 in the first round. He's on fire, and then exceptionally low on the 2d on the d6. He's on fire in the second round. He could take as little as 3 points of damage.
But if we gave him a hurricane cloak, then he'd be okay.
Yeah, really.
Or I could roll that 11 that I just rolled, and he crisps and dies in the first round.
You've got more than 18 hit points, right, Turgo? You're fine.
I do.
See, he's fine. If memory, doesn't Turgo have as many hit points as I do?
I think I'm at 23 at this point in time.
Oh, good
Okay,
lord! And I'm throwing hobgoblins at you guys.
I have
Tank
you beaten.
Gursky over here has 23 hit points.
I have 24.
Never
so, like,
voluntarily tell the DM a stat. Never.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
it's actually
Pay attention to
it's actually
how well,
25.
quote unquote, we're doing against these hobgoblins.
That's
It's not about
fair.
hit points.
Clearly, I need to challenge you more.
I think for
This-
Turgo, it was all about the hit points.
Yeah, that's my only good stat. So
Good save. Good save.
So
Sir
dungeon.
Average lasted longer than I thought he would.
Yeah.
All right, let's get moving before we start rolling for random encounters.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't just been fidgeting with my challenge coin over here. Once ooh,
Well,
is
then
anything going to come now? Is anything going to come now? Is anything going to come now?
Well, I guess to sound like the tour guide for the group, and we're walking, and we're walking.
All right, so you meander back. Now you did have some men at arms who were gravely injured. Are your men at arms staying behind, and you're going recon by force, or are you taking everyone with this time?
So I think one went down to like 0 or -1. So
Mhm.
even though he got healed, so I'm leaving him. And I think I'll leave one other, and I'll take back Leo and Nerm. So I'll have 5 with me total.
Okay. And you have your 2 bodyguards then, Mark?
Of course.
All right. So a total of 7 men-at-arms, and 4 player characters. So this is an 11-person party. This is how it gets done. I really should 3D print up some just generic foot soldiers for you guys instead of just saying, well, they're out there somewhere. Because, folks, we do have a visual element to this game.
That's the stretch goal for 2K subscribers.
Yeah. Or how about I just get off my butt and do it between now and next week? I could do that. Stretch over to the craft room and do it. Okay.
Just get some plastic army men. That's all you need.
Ooh, I like that. You can melt them too when they die.
I can hit the 3D printed ones with a hammer. I mean, and you know, it's
That's true too. Yeah.
8 cents of resin each. Okay. So nothing untoward comes after you as you enter the cistern. I'm guessing your usual marching order is happening. Turgo's out in front, and everybody else is to the rear.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Let's see then. Let me open up. Now, hopefully, we've got a good camera angle here because I did have that camera over here looking at swag last night. So we'll see. And if not, we'll make adjustments. It's a little bit off. It's a little bit off. Those of you watching at home or on your phones or whatever, don't adjust your sets. This is actually a thing, particularly if you're new. So hang on a moment.
Just scrolled a little farther down in my notes, and apparently we're also attacked by Professor Ogres.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Yes, the very educated ogres. We weren't attacked. We retreated quickly enough that they didn't get to us.
Yeah, right.
I don't like that they're still out there, though.
Yeah, well, one of them was a total dumbass. The other one seemed kind of smart. Kind of.
That's one too many smart ogres.
Yeah, he deserves to die.
Oh, we're just going right into the good.
Express route.
Okay, so this isn't too bad. So this door is where you are entering, and you can see the stick there just coming in the side of the frame, is where Turgo is entering. How are you opening that door, Turgo? It is your standard dungeon door, so it does not yield to a gentle push.
Of course, I'll first examine it, and then assuming I don't find anything, maybe we'll open it with the bill hook, the dwarf house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're fairly certain there's no traps on the door.
Go ahead.
All right. Open doors roll. Hey, that is a success.
Okay, you drag the door open, and I'm going to go ahead. I'm not, this is for both the player and the benefit of the audience at home. I'm not saying that the character has entered the room, but this is a good guide on, a good visual reference for our audience and for our players. So I will place Turgo just within the doorway.
Remember, Turgo, the tripwires on the fire traps that they had set up last time.
Oh, I'll never forget that.
I do think it was a rather fiendish creation on my part.
Yeah, and I should have been paying more attention. However, I did get to use that against the monsters when I saw myself standing by one. Knocked it over into them and lit them up.
You did, and Turgo, that is what you can see before you. There are lit torches and sconces that are somewhat spoiling your infravision, so it's kind of whiting you out there, and that's more or less what you see. There's some scorch marks on the floor where rushes have been burnt. Heaven knows how that happened.
Yeah, is there still all that grease on the floor and whatnot?
Most of it seems to be burned away, but as you're examining it, there's a patch or two here, and again, they don't appear to have repeated the trap.
Right. Yeah, I'd like to make my way just past the corner there and look to the right and make sure there's nothing there, and also look along the floor by the torch sconce.
Okay. Oh, let's count. Let's see. All right. So you return to the corner, and you do not espy anything out of the ordinary there. What is the rest of the party doing, please?
There any sign from the thief as to, do you give any motion that you don't see anything, or?
He has moved through the door, and there are torches, so you can see him some distance in.
I suppose we're all waiting there, just with bated breath for some sort of communication from him.
I mean, if I don't see
And-
any change, go ahead.
Yeah. That's actually a really good point. I hope that in this marching order that we have in this sort of scenario, that I motion back to you guys or something like that. That's decided upon that you can react to.
Yeah, I figure we have like come forward or stop or just a sec or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I don't see anything that says stop, I move forward.
Already?
Move forward.
Yeah, and then we would come forward.
Yeah. That's
Right.
my default. Basically, universal sign for stop.
The party and the men-at-arms move up.
Excellent.
Yeah, it seems like a combat is coming.
So you were Turgo was looking around the corner, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. So you've got clear line of sight into this room and into this space.
Uh-oh, the trap's already set off.
So as you can see, the room is more or less empty. And nothing comes out to greet you.
All right. And I can see clear across to the other side of the room.
That is correct. You have
Right.
clear line of sight. There are, as I said, some torches along the walls, just kind of generally as it appears on screen.
Do you want to get up to the switchback or whatever, and then we'll follow you up there?
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Yeah, I'd like to move to the left
Okay.
and stop short of that passageway, curving in an angle there. Stop short of that, and hopefully peer around the corner.
So here?
Yeah. Thank you.
Now, is the rest of the party staying back at the corner as Turgo advances?
I figured he would get up there, and then we'd follow. We'd come up.
Excellent. Mobius, thank you so much. We have a super chat from Mobius, and am I sure it was nothing? Am I sure? Well, one never knows. Perhaps a quick check of the D6, but it was nothing this time. But thank you, Mobius. Thank you for the super.
Nice.
And is the party remaining split, or is the dwarf the magic user and their retinue following along also?
I'll follow along. Yeah.
Yeah, and Abner will bring up the rear with his
Okay.
bodyguards.
This is where we find out the poison worked, and they're all dead, and now we have to fight undead hobgoblins.
Don't give him any ideas. How many times have we told you about that? Don't.
Well, see, then we find out that shaman's actually a necromancer. And
Well, then
we're
we
all
helped him, so he should reward us like it was a quest.
and then we're all dead because that means he's like a 7th level wizard or something stupid.
You mean rich, because that means he's got a lot of treasure.
We can hope.
That's the right and positive attitude to take. Okay, so Turgo moving up and looking back to the northwest. I'm assuming. I don't want to, I don't want to speak
Right.
for your character.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Ambush Alley.
So looking up there, Turgo, the hallway is generally abandoned. There are some scorch marks on the floor here and again, with the exception, and sadly, this is not something that I thought to 3D print in advance. Right here in front of the door is a dead hobgoblin, missing most of his equipment and whatnot. Doesn't have a weapon. He's unclothed.
Bite
Guys, we got a
marks,
corpse
gnaw
up here.
marks. Uh-oh.
What do you want to do?
Has he been bisected?
No. And I should point out there's a fair amount of dried blood here and again. You guys did create quite the mess.
Well, I didn't kill him.
I suppose the only way is forward. Let's creep up there in force. Can we secure that hallway or just move into that room? All
Towards
us
the
one?
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to dash across towards the leftmost bottom corner of that corridor on the other side from the doorway.
So here,
Other side.
here,
I'm sorry. Back diagonal.
here.
Perfect. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Do we want to
All right.
torch that body first?
I want to get up there so we can take our time and look at it and find out whether it's...
That's what I'm thinking. I'd like to get back in that corner there and be able to shoot anything that's coming up the hallway or whatever as you guys acclimate yourself to the situation.
And my main... I want to get the men-at-arms into that room ready to defend Turgo and retreat with him.
Right.
Okay, so Lord Corion, Lynx is examining the body, correct?
He was a little eager for that. Um, I was gonna guard Turgo while he examined the body,
Rock rubs.
but
Okay.
I suppose I'll look at it too.
Okay. Well, you know Castle Greyhawk, you know the dungeons are dangerous places, and you know that they're full of monsters and whatnot. So it doesn't surprise you in the least when you kind of get close, and I don't know how you're examining this thing. Are you prodding it with your boot? Are you kind of poking it with your sword? What are you doing?
I'm poking it with a sword, nice far
Okay.
away.
All right. So yeah, the bubo in its back kind of erupts, and crawling out are a number of rapidly moving white maggot-like things, perhaps as long as your index finger, and they're eyeless, otherwise featureless faces, sort of gnawing mouths, rather disgusting and stomach churning what you're seeing. They all begin to writhe towards you. So you are not surprised, though. So you can tell me what you're doing. And yes, these are rock
make a
grubs.
diplomacy check. No, I'm sorry. I'd like to burn them. I'd like to burn them with my torch.
Okay, so you're going to lean forward with your torch and try and burn them. What is Turgo doing since Turgo's up there?
I was hoping I was far enough away that I could just watch.
Well, I mean, you can stand back and watch. They appear to be approaching Lord Corion, since he's the one that taught the assist that they were inhabiting.
Yeah, I should go ahead and not draw my bow and draw my sword to help out.
Okay.
So I'll draw my sword and take an attack if possible or whatever.
Okay. And TK and Mark, what are Abner and Outlier doing? You kind of see some action up the hall. Corion, Lynx is sort of staggering backwards, going, ew!
Abner, do you want to save this loving idiot, or do you want me to?
I believe he's doing the proper procedure of applying fire. So go right ahead.
Okay, thanks.
I'll observe from back here.
Okay, I will chuck a flask of oil at the body, and I'm going to probably say something the equivalent in probably what would be a Yorkshire accent. I'm not healing you.
Okay.
You're getting nothing for this. This is your own damn fault.
Lord Corion, roll initiative, please.
Thanks, Captain Sharp.
And do well.
Oh, God. I did not do well. I did one.
Okay, you're leaning forward with your torch. You didn't know they could kind of jump, but they're sort of writhing in and around, and yeah, you're watching in horror as they're gnawing their way into your flesh.
All right.
So
Been here before.
you still have your torch in hand. You can certainly apply it. Go ahead and make your 2-hit roll there, TK, as you're rearing back to throw a flask of oil.
Sure, that's a 12 on die plus 2.
Yeah,
fire, so yeah.
And it's a spot on the floor, so
yeah.
Smash, it hits.
What, 2d6 fire?
Yes.
I will apply the flame to myself.
7.
Hey, guys, I think we can do that one plan, but I'm going to do it instead of Turco.
Okay.
Yeah, all you got to do is cut around the meat.
Can I? Is there any chance I can roll for splash to set my friend on fire?
No, you hit the target that you aimed at.
Damn.
And that, sorry. So let's see. Yeah, I logged onto this guy's YouTube channel, and the whole party was killed by maggots. It was incredible.
AD&D was something else, man.
I've seen some stuff, man.
Rot grubs are the most feared creature by my players. It's yeah.
And I just need to look these guys up under grub, rot.
All of those are so legendary. I love what's the floor trapper one?
Oh
Where you
god.
just walk in and the
Trapper.
floor eats you.
Yeah.
Yeah, lurker above, trapper.
Yeah.
I love rugs of smothering. I was just looking through the oh god, what is it? In Search of the Unknown, like before the stream. And the like 1 to 2 rugs of smothering is brutal.
Okay, so you're applying flame to the wounds that they caused as they go in.
Again.
You're
At
Would
least
you
you know
like
what
to-
to do.
would you like to roll the damage that you're taking from that, or would you like me to?
I got 2 dice here. Let's see how awful it is.
All right.
It's pretty awful. 7.
So yeah, his tunic under his armor catches, and you guys have been handling oil and walking through greasy spots and so on. You haven't had a chance to run that through the washing machine, so he lights up and is thrashing around on fire. The good news is you did kill a couple of rot grubs. Are you unconscious?
Oh no, I'm far from it. Fortunately.
Oh, good. You can apply the torch again and damage them again. So you stab the torch a couple of times, and you think you killed a couple because you don't see those scooching under your skin anymore. The corpse is on fire. Turco, what is Doomsword doing?
Are there any that aren't embedded in him?
No, they all appear to have, attempted to find their way to his heart.
What do you want me to do?
Get the painkiller ready.
Stab?
Apply fire again. The faster it goes.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna look for an area on his body that's not completely engulfed in flame, and try to start putting that out, I suppose.
Okay.
But you're going to say you're going to apply fire to that spot that was not yet in flames.
Yes. Here's a spot that's not on fire.
What the hell? Burn him
Links
up.
the crispy.
Yeah, let's see. Oh wow, yeah. So go ahead and roll some more flame attack there, Lynx. I will say
tilted. I'm rolling that one again. That's tilted. Barely helped. All right, that's 9. I'm still up.
All right, was that 2 more applications of flame?
2 more applications. I just rolled 1, 2d6. So roll
Okay,
again.
so that's 2 more. You're like sticking yourself with a torch, and you've done it 4 times, and you've killed 4 rot grubs. You think there may still be a couple more. It's a little hard to tell, from the agonizing pain of having been burned over a good percentage of your upper torso. Abner, what are you doing?
Abner will grab one of his people's torches and walk up and go stab with the torch until
Thank
it blinks.
you.
Okay, roll a d6.
A 1. He's not a good fighter, so he doesn't.
Well, no, that's good because you only take an additional point of damage. And finally, you can make 1 more application. There, Lynx.
Can I get an action in?
Yes, you may. What are you doing?
Against my better judgment, I'm going to heal the imbecile for 8.
Okay.
We like the dwarf. He's got a heart of gold.
Yeah, because it's a flat D8. It's not D8 plus 1, right?
Okay.
How much did
Bomb.
you say? I missed that.
It's flat. It's a flat D8, not D8 plus 1, right?
Correct.
Okay, it's 8 then.
I like that dwarf.
All right.
I'm going to administer the Cure Light Wounds with a punch in the face.
Hey,
Roll damage.
it just says touch. It doesn't say how you have to touch. So
Indeed. Let me break your nose and heal it at the same time.
that reminds me in the West End games, the wonderful game they made called Paranoia. There is an Gatling auto hypo that does 20d6 damage and 20d4 healing.
In a Japanese comic I read, the healing in their dungeon world hurts. It's like itchy as everything knits back together. People don't actually like getting healed that much.
No, I'll be fine. I'll be better in a couple of days. All right.
There's a great scene in the Aragon like that too.
All right. So let us.
Can I feel something still inside me? Am I?
You, dude. We're trying to keep this a family-friendly show, but no. You.
I'm taking back my last super chat.
just gonna go to PayPal and just flip that right out.
The next one's gonna appear. It's gonna be red, and it'll just be minus $10.
Okay, so the good news is the body has now burned to. It's on fire. It's burning, and you don't see any more grubs. You don't see any more on links, and you don't see any more crawling on the ground. And nothing comes looking for you guys, despite the racket that you made.
Good.
Much to my amazement.
They probably knew there were rot grubs here, unlike lynx.
Yeah.
It's always the rot grubs with you, Lynx.
I don't know what it is. I'm expecting some plot or something on a hobgoblin.
If there's a dead body and it's naked.
All right.
Send Lynx at it. That's what we do. Standard operating
What's your
procedure.
background story? I mean, do you maybe have like some rot grubs in your history?
We're gonna we slather them in bacon grease every morning, and it just lures them out. It's great.
Okay, I'm gonna tilt the camera back a little bit so folks can maybe see a little bit more of the dungeon.
Human
I almost
fighter.
made a druid, so maybe this is the only thing that he feels a connection with, the only living thing.
It's like some people get bitten by mosquitoes more, right? They like those certain people. Rot grubs like lynx. They're just like, this guy's tasty. Let's go.
Something about the cologne I use.
Could you imagine being one of those people, except for it's a world with sturges in it?
Yeah, sturgeons.
Ooh,
That would suck.
Get a huge citronella candle, try to keep the sturges away.
Oh, that counts as a magic item.
Yeah.
So that's why you have the world's biggest can
after
of
this
grape.
session. All right, so we're agreed. The new policy is burn all bodies that we find.
Before examining them.
Or at least don't touch them. Just stay away.
I mean, there's a lovely invention called a torch on the end of a 10-foot pole.
Alrighty, group. So you are currently located right here. And now you can see, let me move that by hand.
Abner looks alarmingly near the front.
Is that who that weedy looking guy is?
It's the one with the pointy hat.
I can't tell. He's not shiny enough.
Yeah.
As I imagine.
But bedazzle that miniature for a bit. That'll be
God, I really wish y'all could see what I see some days.
Same thing. I'm
It'd be fun.
imagining Kramer from Seinfeld during the one episode where he gets the hip coat.
Well,
He's got
okay.
the brow.
So, like, for those of you who aren't blind, which is everybody here, let me tell you what this looks like, right? It's a gray zigzag. There's a blue dot I don't know who that blue dot is, but that's literally all I can frickin' see. Otherwise, it's all gray, gray, shadow, gray. I think I see the occasional torch, and that's it.
I think the blue dot is Abner. So you can tell
So,
where Abner is.
yes.
And I'm not that far behind you,
I can see
unfortunately.
Abner and pretty much nothing. I think there's some guy in the bottom left-hand corner.
Yeah.
So those of you that want to see that like he does, adjust your YouTube settings down to 144p
Squint really hard.
and squint really hard. Maybe spit on your phone or wipe some Vaseline on your computer monitor. All right. So yes, currently we have Lynx and Abner are kind of standing towards the vanguard as the men at arms are sort of bunched around you at the moment.
Well, Abner
And-
will step aside to allow other people to go in front of him.
It's probably a good idea. I know to the left end's in a dead end, but we probably want to clear it.
I'll get
Yeah.
at the right.
I'll let somebody else go.
Alrighty. We have a couple of comments here. Let me lean in and see what that's all about. Note to self, research protection from rot grub spell. Minger says some rubbing alcohol or applying really strong liquor would be far less painful when dealing with rot grubs. Yeah, would Greyhawkian tequila have a rot grub at the bottom of the bottle rather than the tequila worm?
Could we paint them in nail polish?
Ha! Oh, we lost Mark. He's back.
It works for ticks.
All right, let's see.
Kitty?
Find several naked bodies in various states of decay.
Yes. Yes, that was a kitty. No, you don't find several naked bodies in various states of decay. The storage room, as you search it there, appears to be much the same. One of the food boxes is broken into, and there's various bits scattered around on the floor. One piece has a prominent bite taken out of it, but nothing else.
Does that look like they found our box?
Yeah, it looks like they took the bait.
The one schlub took the bait and then died, and yeah.
Hopefully that was the master.
Okay. I was hoping
It's maybe.
We want to continue down the passageway.
I
got
think
it.
I was heading right. Yeah.
any reservation I had about leaving the hobgoblins alive is gone.
So, do you need another healing spell?
I'm down 9 hit points. I think I'm fine now, but if you want to give me one,
DM,
spare.
while we're regrouping here, and they're milling around like idiots, I'm going to heal him for 3 more.
Okay. Okay, some time passes as you're milling around, checking out the room, but nothing comes looking for you, to the DM's dismay.
All right, I suppose I'll proceed down that hallway.
All right.
I'm going to sheath my sword, draw my bow, and move forward very carefully and as silently as possible. Looking to the left as I get to that passageway up there. I guess that's where the
Okay.
stuffs are.
And what is your move silent? Just refresh my memory.
It's a 40.
Okay. Once Turgo is out of your sight, if you didn't hadn't seen him go down the hallway, you would not know he was gone. You do not hear the brush of his soft leather boots on the floor.
All right. Do I see anything to the left there?
No, this room seems to be thoroughly ransacked and emptied.
Right. And right around the corner is another one of those torches, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I'm going to look at the base of that and make sure there's not a rope tied to it.
Okay, you don't see anything there, but as you move around the corner to examine it, you're not sure if you tripped on something or caught your foot on a thread on the floor, but that on your right-hand side, high up on the wall, there is there was a wooden shelf that appears to have been held up by a single peg driven, that whatever thread or cord you caught your foot on yanks out. The shelf falls, and there is a loud crash and clatter as tin plates and cups and empty bottles smash down on the floor.
Uh-oh.
All right, I'm going to drop my bow and draw my sword and yell back to the guys. I'm sure they heard it, but
Yeah.
be aware.
Form up at that line, maybe?
Yeah, are we going up there, or are you coming back to us?
I'm going to make a mad run to it.
Right here.
Okay, then we're all going up front.
Yeah.
I'm in the front line with Men-at-Arms and Mr. Outlier, I think.
Yeah. Well, I think the thief, you and me, can form a good battle.
We'll do that, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll have the second rank do spears.
Turgo.
Yeah.
If I cast Prot E on you, would you be feeling ballsy enough to stay in the front?
I can stay in the front now that my combat matrix is too higher. I've got false courage.
Well, that's the first thing I'll do then. If the DM will allow.
Of course.
Right, so I'll start casting that. It'll take a minute to go off, but
Nothing's gonna show up, and we're gonna waste the spell.
it lasts a little while, so it's not, we have a minute.
We can just advance in force.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
We're expecting someone to come for that noise, so if we just advance forward to safe spots, we can take them when they come to us.
Yeah, I'm thinking as soon as protection from evil goes off, if we don't hear anything, we start marching forward.
Casting time 4 segments, duration 3 rounds per level, and I am a 3rd level cleric, so we have 9 minutes.
So not quite a full turn.
Not quite a full turn, but I don't think it'll be. I think if they're going to show up, I don't think it's going to take them 9 minutes or 10 minutes to respond to an alarm bell.
Indeed. Okay, adventurers, are you advancing now that your spell has been cast?
Yep, let us advance to the door. Or maybe a little back from the door so we can open it.
All right. Do I have you correctly left to right? I have Outlier on the left. I have Turgo in the center. I have Lynx on the right. and presumably the vanguard of men-at-arms are in the second rank on back with our good Abner in the midst.
Yep.
Sounds
Abner in
right
the
to
back.
me.
Okay.
Yeah, I suppose we'll advance, and I'll check out that door. Hopefully, we can advance carefully. Maybe I'll be 5 feet ahead of everybody, and
right.
check out that door for traps. See if it's locked. See if it has a handle. The usual stuff.
Okay, it does have a handle. It does appear to be locked. Or latched, at least.
What do you want to do? You want me to pick it?
They
You
already
wanna
know we're
bust it?
here.
Yeah. And if they're not responding to the alarm, I'm less concerned about noise. I'm more concerned about you getting hit by a trap picking it. Can we just cut it down?
DM,
Yes?
I would like to void party action here and apply my boot to the door before
Okay,
any more
step
time
back.
is consumed.
You're just going to try and open the door. Yeah. Okay. Give me a roll with all various die.
That's a 4, and I need anything less than a 6. So
Okay. Yeah. So the door burst open,
Aha.
and at the ready behind the door is a phalanx of hobgoblins.
if they're gonna hit somebody, it may as well
No,
be
it's
me.
a phalanx.
Sleep.
What do we got? 7, 8 of them.
42.
Hard to tell. There's at least 5 bunched up. Are you okay? For those of you, do you fellows need me to relocate the camera? Would it be better if it was a different angle?
I think if you can get it a little closer, a little zoomed in, it's just
Okay.
Yeah. No, I think the angle is fine.
We'll pause for a moment, and I'm going to try and move the camera around a little bit so you guys can look at my smiling face, or my empty chair, rather, for a moment while I do that. Let me see here, because nobody wants to look at super shaky cam for 5 minutes. Fiddle.
That was good, Calstaff. That was good. Good job.
Kick it in and tell them who you are and what you represent. Fair, yes.
Are they surprised?
Yeah, no.
No.
There's
There's no
just
rolling
trip
for
the
the fun.
alarm.
Yeah. No.
They didn't expect us so soon.
Yeah, they're usually much slower than this.
We're not ready.
Yeah.
Come back in a moment.
Parlay.
Damn to the depths to whatever fool thought of parlay. That would be the French.
They're more like guidelines.
This is a good movie. It is a genuinely good movie.
Yeah.
It's a shame the rest are shit.
Exactly.
All right. Do we have to embrace the jank, or did we get a good angle on this? Let's see. Oh, that's not too
Ooh.
bad.
Brilliant.
That's not too bad. Okay.
Dank angle.
All right. It's a dankle.
No.
Better than a cankle.
Yeah.
Basically a dangula.
John Scott says Hobgoblin beer is pretty good. It is. Hobgoblin is very tasty. Wonders if
Never find out.
they have Orient. Oh no, you should definitely, if you find a package store near you that does imports.
That is a real beer.
That is a real beer. Hobgoblin is very tasty. And I'm not normally an ale guy, but it's actually pretty tasty. Do they have oriental arms and armor? Yeah, they're kind of like that. These are anyway.
I recommend Blithering Idiot.
Man, I should get the beer out of my fridge.
Alrighty, so they were not surprised by you. Let's see if you were surprised by them. Does anyone here have a dex over 16?
Yes.
Mine is 16.
I have dex of 16.
Mine is 17.
What is Lynx's dexterity?
15. Oh, 14.
15.
Sorry.
14. Okay. So, Lynx, you're a little bit surprised. You will not be acting this round. No one else is surprised. So, let's go ahead and they do not have a scorpion, sadly, Damien. I didn't want to go back to that well, so to speak, you know. I wanted to be original. No, they have a light catapult in the back. They're just throwing baskets of rats at you.
Rot
The
grub
least
grenades.
affection off. Yeah, I was gonna say that's the more.
Don't
Throw rot grubs at us.
don't speak that into being.
Just
Too late.
6-inch diameter balls of rotten hamburger with 5 rot grubs each in them.
And they all hit Lynx.
Oh, that is nightmare fuel.
Okay.
Chanted
Actually,
links.
you're close in enough. I don't really want to fart around with that, so we're just going to do initiative across the board. I know what the hobgoblins are about to do. What are you guys about to do?
Sleep.
I know you mean this spell.
Seems like an
Hilarious.
odd thing to do, but okay.
Yes.
Sleep on myself. Thud. I don't want to be awake for this shit.
It's the best spell of all. Sleep.
I'm gonna start healing.
I'm gonna start swinging. And
I'm sorry. Did you say you're going to start hewing?
Yes, healing.
Okay. For a second I was like, did he say hewing or healing? Because
I thought he said
That's
healing.
what I thought.
okay. All right. It wasn't just me. Okay. All right then. Well, we're going to start at the top of the rotation. TK, roll initiative, please, for the party.
3.
And if you're not familiar with it, folks, initiative in AD&D is a D6 roll, and it is by party. It is not individual. So you rolled a 3. I rolled a 2. Party goes first. There are no missile fire. You haven't ordered your spearmen to throw their spears. So go ahead and make your melee attacks. Your sleep spell will go off in the 3rd segment. Mark.
I hit AC -1 for 11 damage.
Okay, that hobgoblin ceases to exist. Lynx the fighter. Do something terrible to them, or do something
I actually
terribly.
missed, but 2 of my men-at-arms hits for
Okay.
2 and 6 damage respectively.
Wow. Okay, that is a respectable amount of damage.
I'm still feeling the burn.
You did not slay him, but he is kind of badly injured. Turgo.
Let's see what we got here.
Master would not approve of hobgoblins. Sorry, that's
AC5.
Turgo. AC 5 will hit.
Oh, nice.
Boop, 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 boop.
5 points.
Okay, he's badly injured, but still up. Counter attacks. So you're going to get 3 spears and 2 scimitars. In that they're going to grab your credit cards and slide them over credit card readers. They're scimitars. So let's see. Scimitar against Outlier. That is a hit. Scimitar against Turgo because he's in the middle. That is a hit. Good Lord, they're on fire. Now let's start with a spear. This is against Outlier. That is a miss. This is against Turgo. That is a hit. And this is against Lynx, yes. And that is a miss. So We'll do... That is 6 points of damage to Outlier, 8 points of damage to Turgo, and Spear Thrusts, that is 4 points of damage to Outlier.
They hit you with a spear?
No, I'm sorry. The spear shot was on was also on Turgo. That's 5 more points to Turgo, and 4 points to Lynx.
Is the protection from evil still on Turgo?
Yeah.
It is, but I rolled some fierce rolls. So they were like, I didn't need the big bad D20, the big rumbler to get you guys. So that ends them. Sleep goes off. They are 1+1 hit die monsters, which I really shouldn't have told you, but I did just the same. So
2 to 4. And I sleep 4 of them.
Nice.
You sleep 4 of them. So 1 is slain, 4 are asleep, 2 are badly injured.
Not bad, not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Are the ones awake in the back, or?
I probably think you'd sleep those first.
Depends.
This goes out to the one in the
see.
back.
I dedicate this spell to
Larry the Hobgoblin back there. Yeah, I see you.
really fits the elvish look that you got going there.
Elvish. Well done. Well done. Well done.
Thank you very much. Love me tender. Oh, sorry, that's Elvis. I do that from time to time. Thank you very much, Sunny Red. All right. So yeah, a bunch of the hobgoblins fall down. The ones in the back said, "Everyone have a nap," and it turned into a ballroom blitz. In the new round, let's go down the order. TK, what is Outlier going to do? Murder. Rad Rob. Lynx.
Pillage. I guess murder first.
Yeah, you don't do that in combat. That's dumb. That would make you a pillage idiot. Doom Sword. What is Turgo going to do?
I'm going to attack.
All right. And finally, Mark.
Abner will not do anything this round. He will stay in the back.
Oh, no Abner Cadabra?
No.
Okay.
I could sleep more of them, but I'll use that later.
All right.
Don't sleep, but not the spell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wake me up when this is over. Good night.
I look over, Mark's like broken out an inflatable pillow and a space blanket. All right. So I know what the remainder are going to do. So Lord Corion, roll initiative for us, please.
Don't have me roll initiative. Roll a 1. Actually, this dice is the problem.
Okay.
I love how you just chuck that up.
Oh, I've done it myself before, and you guys probably never seen it on the show, but it's because the camera's been on the table, or we've all been the postage stamp size preview images. But I have thrown dice, just hucked them away. All right.
Sometimes it fails you enough, and you just know. You just know it's not going to ever give you back. Sorry, Go ahead.
Everybody we should petition the patent holder for the dragon bone to make us dragon bones. If you don't know what those were, kids, they were analog. Actually, they were digital to analog dice rolling calculators. When they come up on eBay, if you see one for cheap, grab it. All right, let's see. 17 becomes a 15. Oh, look. I have a Dungeon Master screen I can consult. Let's see. Okay, you suffer a reduction of intelligence by 1 point and take 2 insanity. Oh, sorry, that's the psionics chart.
It sounded like the Call of Cthulhu screen for a moment.
Right?
A little from column A, a little from column B. That was my only gripe with the old school Dungeon Masters guides or Dungeon Master screens was they dedicated a lot of acreage to psionics when nobody used psionics. All right, let's see. So a 15. Outlier, you are missed.
Well, at least I'm not loved.
6 is absolutely going to miss Lynx. And 8 is going to miss Turgo. And coming back across with another spear thrust at Lynx. Oh! Well, that's going to hit you. Lynx take but a whopping 1 point of damage.
Ow. But that comes
Okay.
twice.
Counterattacks. They're singing their hobgoblin-y death song.
He's dead.
Okay.
There's only the one left.
No, there's 3 of them left now.
No, it's one of them that I hit is just no.
Yeah.
I hit AC 6 twice. Is that
AC 6 will hit.
2 hits then? 6 damage each.
Okay. Same target.
It's the men-at-arms, so whatever they can stab through our legs, I guess.
Oh, okay. That would be, well, there's just one left alive up front, so yes. They skewer him and he dies.
Woohoo!
Is there another one to hit?
Yes, there are a couple left.
All right. Ooh, 15. That'll hit for sure.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, that's AC 3.
Okay, roll your damage.
4.
Okay, he is still up, actually. Alrighty, let's have a gander here. Where'd they? There they are. Okay, I know what they're doing in the next round. You guys going to advance and conquer?
Command and conquer.
Indeed.
Only if it's a bad fur day.
I'm going to the one place not yet corrupted by wandering monsters. Stay!
I will miss him when he dies.
Let's hope that's not for a long time. TJ wants to know, why didn't the hobgoblins in the back have a 10-foot tall, 10-foot pole with rot grubs tied onto them instead of spears? The audience is truly divided as to whether they want you guys to survive or not. Okay, let's roll.
You didn't super chat that. That's why.
That's very true. Okay, let's roll initiative, guys.
I suppose that's my turn, huh?
It is your turn.
4.
Okay, they are turning to flee. You may attack them in retreat at +4.
1 dies.
Okay.
Yeah, I hit for max damage. That's like a death for 10, and
Okay.
3 of my men-at-arms hit. So
Well, actually, I should clarify that. Does 7 kill a hobgoblin?
That's, they're 1+1 hit die monsters, so possibly
That's why I had to clarify.
that is just sufficient to slay him. Vince Netterson says he's the Roman Emperor with his thumb down. Okay, so the hobgoblins who are still up all perish. There are a bunch asleep. Are you going to... okay. They all perish in short order.
good. I get at least the men-at-arms to form up while we're finishing
Okay.
just in case we get ambushed.
Is that a hallway across the room from us, from where the door was?
Yes, it is a T intersection.
T intersection. Thank you.
Turgo, how are you on heals? Do you need one?
I've been wounded pretty badly. I'm a half.
DM, do I have time to can while they're going through their pockets, can I go ahead and heal Turgo?
Yes, nothing untowards is coming at you.
Awesome. Turgo, you get 6 back.
Thank you.
And that's my last cure for the day, because some idiot went and hugged a bunch of rot grubs. I do have 2 hold persons though, so
Should fire that guy.
Have you hugged your rot grubs yet today?
A rot hug. It was a rot hug.
It's a
I can do
delicacy in
another battle.
Burmabonk. You guys just don't get it.
the point's to roast them on a spit, not yourself.
So after we relieve these bodies of their coin, shall we go down that hall?
Yeah.
Agreed, yes.
All right.
Okay, hang on one second, guys. Let me.
You can generate loot later if you want.
Yeah.
He's actually rolling rot grubs. How many rot grubs are in their pockets?
Just for party total, how many did we kill?
There were. Let's see.
10.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There were 9. You were close. You were close.
Right. We'll worry about that later.
All right. I need to open up that because here is one of those unfortunate things is I didn't have. So it's incumbent on which direction you are going as to whether we go to Theater of the Mind or whether we continue on with Dwarven Forge.
Well, let's be the good players and go the Dwarven Forge path.
I lick my finger and hold it up to try to figure out which way the plot is pointing.
Yeah.
No, you guys are absolutely welcome to go north or south. But again, Theater of the Mind takes you north, and terrain layout takes you south.
South?
So yeah, it doesn't matter to Abner.
Sure,
I'm kind
why
of
not?
interested in South.
It doesn't
Why not?
matter to Abner because he doesn't do a damn thing.
Hey, I get rid of some hobgoblins.
There's a giant
You
monkey to
did.
the south. I know that.
He
so-
actually
That's
does
true.
a whole heck of a lot, what with dropping sleep immediately on basically
me.
every combat we've been in.
That sleep was good here.
Beautiful.
When it works, it's great.
It always works. I mean, and as long as you're dealing with 4+1 or less hit die monsters.
It's gonna cap out at some point, and then by that point I hopefully will get fireball.
Yeah, I was gonna
Fireball.
say.
But then knowing Bill, I'll have to be very careful about measurements.
Knowing me, hey man, that's AD&D. It's very simple. It is 33 10 by 10 by 10 squares.
Which I'll have to somehow count by looking at your screen.
That is not my problem, sir.
Better solution. We go quest for fire resistance and go to our alchemist. Just call
Yeah.
it done.
Yeah.
That is a very good way of thinking about that.
Everyone
Bill.
take your
Thank
fire
you.
resistance. Charge in. Fireball centered on us.
Oh, not at all. If you have 20-foot high ceilings in your dungeon, it is 17 10 by 10 by 20 cubes.
But it's 33 10 by 10 by 10 cubes regardless, right?
It's just a
That-
matter of how those stack up.
No, that is like some of the best advice that you can give right there.
I just figured it out one day. I'm like, well, okay.
Write that down somewhere and just put it in great big bold lettering, like tattoo it on your forehead or something. Like that's gold.
All right. That's gold, Jerry. Gold. Okay.
That's Electrum.
Let's see. Something else I need to do. I love my boom mic and my studio headphones. I've got to invest in a lavalier mic and Bluetooth and all that stuff because sometimes, like, I have literally talked to you guys in the audience when I've been on the other side of the table and then realized you heard nothing of what I said because I'm 6 feet away from my pop and distortion shielded mic because I'm not sitting over it like a vulture.
I use a blue snowball, and it can hear you from like 6 feet away.
Oh, I have the same model, but again, mine has a sock and a pop filter on it, so it's it's a little different. But anyway, yeah, you guys can't see, so I once again am going to have to adjust the camera so you guys can have a quick gander at my bookshelf as we enter our. Oh, not even up to the third hour yet. Let's see. Pardon me a moment, everyone.
No, we're
Remember when
actually
we
getting
used-
stuff done.
Remember when we used to only play for an hour?
I don't. Was that a thing when I was here?
It was, believe it or not, it was a thing. It was short lived. Thank God, it was a thing.
Yeah. I think 2 hours is a good minimum for any Dungeons and Dragons game.
Minimum is key. Let's hey, I'm up for marathon tonight.
Say like that. That's the kind of like I work. The earliest I ever work is 9 a.m. So like I don't care.
Oh yeah, I think we'd torture Bill at that point. But
Yeah.
I grew up with 6 hour, 8 hour sessions. So
Oh
Same.
yeah.
Same.
I think we all want to go back to that era.
Indeed.
Well, as far as times, yes, the 1 hour games were actually the midday games when we first started doing this. Before I shifted over completely to a night schedule for the show, and it was a little difficult because we had. We did have a player, Volcano God, who joined us, and he played at lunchtime. He played at his work lunchtime. So, we tried to accommodate, but now we're in the evenings, and I can flex a little bit more. As far as playing 6 hours, maybe we'll do like a chunk of the third anniversary show. Will be a Dungeons and Dragons live stream, and we'll play for 5 or 6 or 7 hours and put you guys really to the test as far as, yeah, I can play for, I can play for some huge amount of time. We'll
coffee, I'll be fine.
We'll stress test that. No promises though.
I'll put an IV in. I'll be good.
Okay, that's not great, but you guys can at least see around the corner now. And this, of course, is the north, where there is no Dwarven Forge, and that way leads south. And this is looking fairly familiar to Turgo. 2 hours equals a new Rollmaster character, only halfway created. That is correct. Venger. You could stare at that Rolls Master art for 2 hours, though. Yeah. TJ asked, can he ask what level the party is? I think you guys are averaging around 4th.
Yeah,
I'm 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 5th. Yeah.
I'm level 3, so.
Yeah. So high 4th. It's just, and this is not a criticism, it's just the way Magic users advance in AD&D. Abner is what is kind of bringing the curve down a little bit on the left.
And yet doing the heavy lifting.
You're doing all the work of finding and dealing with rot grubs. Your valuable service that Lynx is doing.
Like the garbage men of a dungeon.
You're rot grub bait.
Tasty.
This party
rock.
falls apart if I'm not there to take the hits.
For sure.
The
No,
more
the
you-
gelatinous cube is the garbage man of the dungeon.
That's true.
And if anybody out there would like to see how this party could cope with the gelatinous cube, you can just drop a super chat in and say gelatinous cube. Use super chat code gelatinous cube.
Yeah. Remember, each $5 gets an additional class level added to that gelatinous cube.
And then some crazy rich guy logged on, super chatted $500, and they faced a 10th level magic user gelatinous cube.
And then we got a bunch of XP.
It was a total party kill, but that was my
Survivors do.
payment for the month. So
Survivors get the XP, Turgo.
Yeah. Well, that'll be me for sure, because I'll run.
Yeah. Abner is not encumbered. He can run fast.
just remember, guys,
I hope to run with you.
the only successful party split was when Gandalf soloed the Balrog by himself, and the other 8 members of the Fellowship just got a few random arrow shots off at some goblins on their way out.
Gandalf was totally a DMPC. Come on.
He also
Little
technically
bit.
died in the process. So
Yeah, he was totally DMPC.
Yeah.
Total Mary Sue, really.
Gary Stew.
he Glorfindelled his way into fame.
Okay, so nothing comes looking for you guys, and the hall is as you and everyone in the audience there sees it. You have an opening to the left, which again, Turgo, you vaguely remember, or leads perhaps to more hobgoblins, and then it goes sort of off in the south.
I think we'll probably move up to that opening and peer around the corner there. Carefully. Watching the floor and watching the ceiling.
You invested in those iguana eyes? Awesome.
Yeah. I got chameleon eyes. I can look in each direction at the same time.
Okay, so you're taking point and moving ahead.
Indeed.
So here, I should put the door here. I forgot to put one there. You remember this door. And you have your passage continuing south. Are you bypassing the door and continuing on south? Or are you checking the door or what?
Yeah, I think we need to check the door.
Okay.
I'll move to it carefully.
Alrighty.
Listen at it, and then search for traps, assuming I don't hear any noise.
You don't hear any noise. And as far as traps, you do not detect any traps.
All right, I'd like to move to the corner, just north or whatever of that door, just to the right side of the door, and then motion for the rest of the party to join me.
It will follow.
Okay.
Yep. Move on up.
Other side, if you don't mind. Perfect. Thank you.
Alrighty, you have the door as you see it.
I guess we look at him and we give the sign of kick it in? Question mark.
I heard nothing.
I will apply the end of my pole to the door.
Okay.
And that's a 2, so that succeeds.
Okay.
And I suppose we'll be ready, like, sort of, yep, there they are.
Yep.
Ding.
I'm certainly not surprised.
You are not surprised. They are not surprised.
Nice.
You guys require a camera adjustment, or is that sufficient?
I think we're all right here.
Yeah, looks good.
Okay. Shouting in Hobgoblin. Shouting in Hobgoblin, you hear a voice call out.
I surrender.
Slay the intruders! Kill them! Feast on their flesh! They are yours, Turg! And you hear a mechanical clank and a blood-chilling ook ook fills the air as the hobgoblins part ways. One is a little too slow and gets picked up and slammed against the floor by a huge, hideous ape creature.
Named
Okay.
Turg. A relative of yours, Turgo?
My brother.
I call dibs.
Okay, let
This
me
all
put
turns
you.
into a funny misunderstanding, and we're just drinking with them later.
All right. Where's Lynx?
Who's right up there? Is that the ape? At the
There? No,
Yeah.
that's not the ape. That is your dwarf.
Okay, I'm right there with the dwarf.
Okay. And how about Turgo?
I'm right there at the corner. I think present miniature placement is correct.
Okay. Are the men-at-arms here?
Yes, they'd be following up with me, and I imagine that they kind of fill the front rank if none of the other player characters are up there.
All right. We'll use this handy Gondorian to represent the men-at-arms. I think it's going to become important soon.
Yeah, you're cool with the men-at-arms up there in the front row.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just grab whoever decides to make it through.
Okay, and what about what about our buddy, the magic user? What is he doing?
Like Turgo's on one corner, Abner will move up to the other corner so
Okay.
he can lob a spell in as appropriate, but he wants to stay out of harm's way, obviously.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that you guys will meet any attack as it comes towards you.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Let me just zip over here real quick.
This here could go either way.
It's a lot, but they're stuck in that room. I think we have the advantage.
Yeah, I mean, at least they can only get one-on-one on the front rank.
Well, at least to be fair, I'm going to do 9 to 24 damage to that ape a turn, if I'm lucky.
Yeah, hopefully you
take
get
9 to 24
engaged with that guy.
Now, to be fair, I'm not... 2 punches from him and I'm probably out like a light, but we'll see.
Okay. I know what they're going to do. You guys are just going to absorb them. Why don't you guys roll initiative and I will roll initiative? And I think it is Mark's turn.
Sorry, all. I rolled a 2.
Okay.
Still twice as much as I was rolling.
Do you actually have a
So-
giant ape out?
Yes, I do. I have a giant carnivorous ape miniature on the board. It's a little hard to see, but he is there.
Does it count as size large?
Yes, he does count as size large, and he moves in, and they have initiative. He makes his 3 attacks.
Eat me! Eat me!
Okay. So it grabs you and rends you with both of its hands.
The rend.
Yeah.
Damn, it hit AC 0. Good for it.
Yeah, those were. But the good news is that only does 4, but it will do an additional 1 to 8. Wow, dude, you lucked out. So you take a grand total of 5 points of damage as this thing attempts to peel you like a banana.
I'll take it.
Banana
Nice.
dwarf.
I'll take it.
Banana.
Banana.
All right, counterattacks, please.
Oh, we never did intentions. Can I jump in here and say?
Stab it.
No, well, I could cast a spell, perhaps.
Oh,
But I'll get it next round. That's fine.
Okay. All right.
I presume this thing doesn't have an armor class less than 3.
It does not have an armor class less than 3.
Well, could have been better, could have been worse. That's 18 damage to it.
Okay, it did not like that.
I didn't like getting hit.
That's armored, right? I think it only one hit. I hit AC 8.
No.
Okay, one hit for 7 then.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you guys have G'd him up pretty bad. He's bleeding. Abner, are you going to cast Shocking Grasp?
No, especially
You're not going to shock the monkey tonight.
definitely not. That was a long build-up on that one.
I can't take credit for all of that. That was Wenger who made the initial.
Was it the Peter Gabriel version or the Ozzy version?
I would have to say probably Peter Gabriel. I'm a bit of a classics man in that respect.
Ozzy did a version of that. I'll have to look that up.
Hold the phone. Yeah, what?
He did.
I'll have to look that one up.
When was that?
Why was that?
The 90s.
Yeah, why? Why was that?
How was that?
Sharon.
Lots of money. Lots of money.
Sharon. Sharon.
He was
Ring,
trying to
ring,
be
ring,
clean.
ring, 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 banana dwarf from Damien there.
That would be a terrible curse. You just hear that song over and over again after putting on a helmet.
All right. The helmet of Raffi. Okay. Yeah, there's a hobgoblin in the back. He's towering over the others. He's yelling at them. He's killing my ape! Kill them all!
Mage, do your job.
I'm going to web that corner.
Okay, when you say
I'm on the right
that
side
corner,
of that.
what do you mean that corner?
Am I correct that the ape is in the center here? Is the hobgoblin yelling, the big one, on the I guess right hand side?
He is over here.
Yeah. So in theory, maybe Abner can see over there. He could cast web to web up that side of the room.
It's kind of a swirling mass. You can cast your web over there, but you're not. I mean, as far as targeting,
I'll catch whatever I can over there. That's fine.
Okay, all right.
That's the way to do it.
Are carnivorous apes purple? No, they are not.
Aren't they always albino?
Or
is that only?
No, the great white apes of Barsoom are statted out for Dungeons and Dragons in the Warriors of Mars, which was released for about 5 minutes before the Burroughs estate shut TSR down in 1975. There is a PDF of it if you're looking for something that kind of sort of may fit OD&D if you sort of tap it lightly with a hammer and file off a few places. You can find a PDF of it. And I know normally here on the show, folks, we do not endorse piracy. That book is almost 50 years out of print, and it is
Unobtainium.
Yeah, it pretty much 100% unobtainium. You are not harming anyone by attempting to own a copy of it, except someone who has one for sale and wants $3,000 for it. Or yeah, as Calstaff says, you can pay a few $1,000s. Mefit lore inconsistencies. No, it's not a grape ape. Sorry, Vinger. So you're casting web in the next round.
Yes.
Well, I know what the ape, which is enraged, is going to do. I know what the hobgoblins are going to do. Let's roll initiative, and I think we're back up to TK.
All right. Rolling initiative.
Yes.
That is a 5.
The party will go first. How many segments is a web, please? I believe it's 3.
2.
2 segments. So your web spell will go in the 4th segment because I rolled a 2.
AC
So
2
melees.
AC 2 hits, DM.
AC2 hits. That is correct.
14 damage this time.
Wow. Okay. You slay it. The carnivorous save goes back with a thud. The leader of the hobgoblins is enraged.
Punch me, will you? Swipe. Swipe.
Yeah, with nowhere to run.
Rip Harambe.
All right, watch me get demonetized. Dicks out for Harambe. There, I said it. Okay. So about there. So he'll basically save. He did start moving as your spell was going, so he's going to get a save for half imprisonment or none.
Just my luck that everyone decided to move out of my area of effect.
Sorry, bud. Some days it goes. Some days it be like that.
It do.
All right. A 15. Does that make it? All right. No, he is caught up a little bit in it. He is currently trying to thrash loose. There are some hobgoblins that are completely clear of it in this round that may be meleeed, though, as you guys like.
I would like to melee. Wait, actually, doesn't that get us tangled in the web?
No, he webbed far across the room.
Okay. Nope, that's not a large target anymore. I gotta lower the dice.
Sorry.
It's alright, I just missed all my large targets, you know, just a little bummed.
That happens.
Get the hobgoblins to stand on each other's shoulders.
I'll take the magic sword. You can have my great sword.
No, thanks. I like my magic sword.
The sword is okay.
If I get a magic great sword, can I finally call it a great sword?
You can call it a really great sword.
It's a stupendous sword.
Yes, I will even accept stupendous. Unless it's an intelligent magic sword and it's got a really high int.
Then it's phantasmagorical.
Okay. This way, boy. Oh no, that's just phantasm. Anybody hit? Did anybody hit in melee? I'm not hearing a yes. So
My THAC0 chart.
I already killed an ape. I did my job.
1 hit for 3 and 1 hit for 2.
yeah, no, you didn't slay them. All right, I know what they're doing in the next round. You guys going to continue to attack?
I'm going to cast Hold Person.
Who are you casting Hold Person on?
The 3, not near. Well, the 3, like, just the nearest 3 targets, I guess. The one's not. Yeah. Yeah, nearest 3 targets.
All right. Let me just take a quick gander because this is going to be on a. You know this. And yes, so that will work on hobgoblins. Lynx, go ahead and roll initiative, please.
Oh, and
Right.
Abner's going to cast sleep into that room if that's possible.
That is also possible, yes.
It's a new dice. The new dice does well. 5.
It does very well. In fact, mine was cursed. I need my proper initiative. I need to get my special initiative guy over here to start G'ing you guys up with, but that will have to be for a later session because you guys go first. Hold person is
Hey, it lasts for 7 rounds. Awesome.
It lasts for 7 rounds, but it is 5 segment casting time. It will go in the 6. Sleep is 2 segments or 1 segment.
Sleep.
Sleep is 1 segment.
Yeah.
So sleep will go in this segment. Yes, I rolled that poorly for their initiative. So roll your number affected, please.
8.
Good Lord. Okay. So where did you target sleep? Just kind of in the center of the room?
Yeah, or if I could go slightly north to the, but since I'm standing in the corner, probably in the center. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you hear a thump of several forms falling over. Melee attacks on the front rank, please.
Hey, that's actually pretty good. I hit for 8 damage, and then 2 men-at-arms. 3 men-at-arms hit, actually, for 1, 2, and 3 damage.
Nice.
Okay. 2 hobgoblins in the front are slain. A couple kind of shuffle forward. There is a large hobgoblin with a huge mace in his hand, looking around at the floor, yelling furiously, yelling orders. Okay. So they get counterattacks. There are still some up front. So we'll go ahead and resolve one first to see if Outlier's hold person is disrupted, and it is not. So this one is going to go against Lynx. You are struck for 2 points of damage. The carnivorous ape was just so anticlimactic, and so was that, because I rolled a 20, and I was like, oh, never mind. And a random man-at-arms is missed. Hold person, and you're spreading it out over 3?
I'm spreading it out over 3. If I can get the big guy and 2 goons.
Okay, both goons are held. The big guy is not.
Yeah, we're worth a shot.
All right. He is kicking and slapping at hobgoblins that are lying on the floor. He has picked a more lithe and skinny-looking hobgoblin. You suspect it may be a female, up and thrown it over his shoulder. But otherwise, you've just got a few that are moving up the ranks towards you guys. Let me see here. Yeah, they're staying in the fight. They know what's at stake here. Oh, I wish there were Cheetos. I have some Doritos out there, but anyway. So, declarations. TK going to continue to hack?
I will now I will scythe my way forward to any offering resistance.
Okay, Lynx?
Same here.
Doomsword, you've been mysteriously quiet. What is Turgo doing?
Yeah, if I can make my way in there to take a slash with my longsword, I will. Otherwise, I'll just guard.
Okay, well, your troops are 3 across at the door, but that is not to say you couldn't order them out of your way if you wished.
Yeah, you know what? I'll do that.
Okay.
Get out of the way.
Yes, up.
Let a
Okay,
man do the job.
What is Abner doing?
He's not going to enter this battle right now, but he's going to basically step where Turgo was in that corner and look down that hall, just so he knows if something's coming his way.
Okay. Alrighty then. Let's go ahead and roll initiative, and I think we're down to Doomsword. Roll initiative, please.
4.
It is an initiative tie. So they have scimitars, and I believe they are definitely well. They're not slower than your two-handed sword, so I'll roll against Outlier first. That is a miss. Spears are simultaneous, so some hobgoblins are stabbing with their spears. That is, I think that is going to hit. Let me double check. See, what is Outlier is armor class 0, right? No, 0. That's not going to hit. All right, spear against. That misses Lynx, and a spear for the fighter, or the thief who has bravely strode forward. No. And so swords versus scimitars. Turgo invokes Prima Nocte on that hobgoblin female. Yikes.
Ew. No.
Yeah, we don't roll that way with our games here, guys. So sorry to disappoint anyone who was looking forward to us getting prurient.
Oh, you're muted.
How about a super chat?
Yeah.
Super chat would more than cover this particular stream getting demonetized, you know.
That's fair.
That's a good trade-off.
$120, and this turns into the romance Dungeons and Dragons stream.
Exactly. You know, suddenly it's the Spartacus TV show from Stars Network.
Don't tell my girlfriend that; she'll do it.
Okay.
I can think of a couple. Never mind.
People with swords. Do you want to hit something?
People with swords do swordy things.
I'm waiting on the guys.
I did hit for 4. Sorry.
You did hit for 4. Okay. All right. That drops into their hobgoblin.
I miss? I think. Actually, I'm positive I miss.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna squeeze through there and attack.
I rolled a 5.
Good. Miss.
Okay. Yeah, the men at arms, when you ordered them out of the way, they moved out of the way, so you're up there. I will swap your miniatures.
Fair enough.
Okay, so Abner's looking this way, past the men at arms. Coming down the hall are 3 figures. And you're not sure. Your hobgoblin's a little rusty, but you believe the one standing between 2 of them says, "Infidel defilers, you shall all drown in lakes of blood."
That can't be good.
If he starts shooting
Sweet.
poison arrows, I'm gonna cry.
Poison arrows made of snakes. Poison arrows made of snakes. And we are going to end on that cliffhanger right there, guys. We have a new faction moving in. We have some very pissed hobgoblins pushing forward. What will next week bring us? Well, you'll just have to stop by. I want to thank our players, of course, TK, Lord Corion, Doomsword Deathmaster, and Mark. All of you guys are awesome. I appreciate it as always. And of course, thank our audience who sat through this tonight. Sat through it like it was getting a crown put on. No, thank you for all tuning in tonight, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the super chats. One from Volcano God way back at the start. And who else did we get one from? It was Canadian money, so it's hard to tell.
Mobius.
I kid, Mobius. I appreciate it regardless.
Oh, hey, look, it is going to be the Dungeons and Dragons sex stream.
Oh my God.
Oh God, who was it?
I've got some pruning to do, clearly. Let's just block user and see. Yeah, that took it all away. That took it away. I must have hit some time. So we'll be back next week, and you guys will find out what is exactly coming down the hole towards our intrepid adventurers. What these hobgoblins in the room have in store for them. Will Turgo's love of TK be expressed? No.
Find out next time on Dungeon Ball Z.
Oh God, that's not right.
Over 9,000. This thing must be broken. All right, guys. Thanks everyone for being here tonight. Love you all, and we'll see you next week. Of course, we will be back tomorrow night to play some Classic Traveler also. And if you're interested in that, hit us up on Discord, and we'll get you in on a Traveler game. Good night, guys.